Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B Ward, this is the Post-Mortem Show. I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. And today, we're going to give you our horror movie kids battle royale.
Yeah.
There can be only one.
Locking the kids in the cage and see who comes out.
So, we've done a couple of these in the past. We did our douchebags.
Yeah.
What was the other one we did?
It was like shitty villains or something like that.
Oh, worst horror movie villain battle
yeah.
royale. Yeah, that was a good one,
Yeah,
too.
Biff won that one.
I believe he did, on a technicality. He's not invited to the tournament.
Right.
This year. But.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're doing our Horror Kids Battle Royale news. And before we get to our horror news this week, we're going to have some Post-Mortem Show t-shirts.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're awesome. We got Japanese deathmatch wrestling artist Sai Ozawa, who did my JD Horror Biting the Light Tube shirts, and he's done a bunch for Masada, Junkusai, the best.
Mick Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley. Those are all people that aren't even Japanese, besides Junkusai.
Yeah.
Anyways, he made an awesome logo with, we like to call it HP Biff Craft. So, yeah, check them out, postmortemshow.com. We're going to be posting the image, and they're going to be available. If you're a patron, you're going to get a discount.
And if you're a $50 patron, you're going to get it for free.
And you're going to get it for free. Yeah, 50 plus gets it for you for free. If not, it's going to be $25, postage included. We will be making a little commercial, which you'll hear every episode.
So buy our fucking shirts.
Yeah, so we don't have to do that. Sell us out.
We're also debuting a new segment today.
We are.
Professor Biff's Time Machine.
Professor Biff's Time Machine. What is this segment, Tom?
So it's a little idea I had because, there's a bunch of older horror movies that I want to watch, and we focus more on watching new stuff as it comes out, so I don't always have time. So I made up a reason to have time. Basically, we're going to take movies that were made before the year 2000 that neither of us have seen, ones that have slipped under our radar. We're going to watch 2 of them for the segment, and we're going to review them.
Yeah, and they're going to be from the 80s or the 90s.
Yep.
So, looking
or
forward
earlier
to that.
if we find something interesting.
I guess so, yeah. I was thinking more it's like Time Machine of when we were alive, or like in our childhood, movies we missed.
Yeah.
But I guess it's up to Biff. But one more thing before we get to horror news. Right here in the studio, which used to be my garage, was converted into a podcast studio / band practice / bar / NHL 18 gaming center.
/ movie theater.
/ movie theater, yeah. Anyways, Bird thinks the projector is outside, gets stuck in here for almost 2 days. And Biff was terrified of it. Biff got in my lap, scared of a little bird.
Wow.
Professor Biff my ass.
Yeah.
He's no, what do you call a professor that studies animals?
Zoologist.
Zoologist.
Yeah.
Biffologist.
He's definitely a Biffologist. He studies Biff. That's what he knows. And apparently time travel.
Alright, enough of the bullshit. Let's get to some horror news. Horror news.
So I've got one here that I'm actually not going to make too many jokes about because it's a really, really fucked up story. But it's something that is totally something that's on Postmortem's radar. It's a real life thing.
So it's a real life horror news.
It's a real life horror news. So last April, a very sick and strange murder-suicide took place. 18-year-old Katie Fusco, raised by adoptive parents, met her birth parents, Stephen and Alyssa Plattle. Alyssa was only 15 when she gave birth to the child and put her up for adoption when she discovered that her 20-year-old boyfriend had been molesting the baby. For whatever reason, Alyssa still eventually married Stephen, likely due to something like Stockholm Syndrome because he was physically and emotionally abusive to her. 23 years later, when Katie met her birth parents, she got along with them very well, and they invited her to live with them in their home in Henrico County, Virginia. Soon after, Stephen began sleeping in her bedroom. This is her birth father. When Alyssa figured out that the two of them were engaging in an incestuous sexual relationship, she took her kids, left, and immediately filed for divorce. 5 years later, Katie and Stephen married, lying on their forms that they were not related. Katie's adoptive parents, Tony and Kelly Fusco, were apprehensive about this arrangement, but decided to support her because they felt there was nothing they could do to stop her and didn't want to damage their relationship with their adoptive daughter. Photographs even exist of the Fuscos posing with their daughter and her husband-father on their wedding day.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Soon after the marriage, Katie became pregnant with Stephen's child. She gave birth to her son, Bennett, and the family moved to Knightdale, North Carolina.
Is that where they filmed the episode of X-Files called Home? Knightdale, North Carolina.
Yeah, this is about as fucked
so.
up, yeah. At that point, fearing for the safety of the child, Stephen's former wife, Alyssa, called the police. The two were arrested on incest charges. Stephen's mother was given custody of the child, and the judge annulled the marriage and ordered the couple to not see each other. Of course, they didn't abide by the order. Though Katie moved back in with her...
You can't judge me. The heart wants what the heart wants.
And it wants my biological daughter wife. Though Katie moved back in with her adoptive parents, she and Stephen continued to see each other for a while, but Stephen soon became abusive to her and she broke up with him. Stephen went nuts. On April 12th of this year, he kidnapped his son and former wife/daughter, killing her adoptive father, Tony Fusco, in the process. He killed Katie Bennett and then took his own life. He killed Katie and Bennett and then took his own life in the house in Dover, New York. So this was all last month. This dude married or murdered his daughter, wife, and child.
That's the kind of shit you don't hear on the news every day.
Yeah. It's something that totally...
Way to start us off on a bright fucking news segment.
Well, I've got brighter news segments afterwards. I got this one out of the way.
Way to bring the mood of the show down.
This is something, though, that, like...
Well, I guess it's going to be horror movie kids battle.
Yeah, also. Yeah, we're going to have kids killing each other, so, but yeah, this is something that has totally gone under the radar on the news, and it popped up on the New York Post, which, isn't the most reliable source. But then I started doing deeper research on it and found out that actual, news outlets that are legitimate were covering it also, just kind of on the down low, and it wasn't making headlines. Probably because there's not going to be a court case, but, her fucking adoptive parents should have stepped in. I don't give a shit if she's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't say we don't want
everyone in the story is the bad guy.
Yeah, we don't want to damage our relationship with our adoptive daughter. Fuck that. If you can't tell her don't marry that guy and she won't listen to you, call the fucking cops.
Yeah, or else you're going to produce a child like Biff.
Yeah, no good could come from that situation. Don't marry your biological parents.
I'm going to kind of bring the mood up here, Don.
All right.
Do you remember creepy crawlers?
The toy bugs?
Creepy crawlers. Yes, the little gummy worms you could make at home with the ooze and shit. It was like an easy bake oven for boys. It even spawned a short-lived cartoon show.
Really?
Now Paramount is giving us the movie that we never even needed.
Huh.
Not much is known about the film, other than it's going to be based on the classic toy molds of all sorts of creepy and slimy bugs. What the fuck? Exploitation. Bring the mood up? No. Now, see, this is 2 segments in a row of bullshit.
You know what, though?
Look what you've done.
There is a very, very slim chance that might be good, because the Battleship movie was way better than it had any right to be.
I would never fucking watch
it. It was entertaining. So, it could possibly be good. If anything, maybe they'll see a resurgence of creepy crawlers as toys.
That's all I got to say about the fucking creepy crawlers. I don't think we need to talk about that anymore.
Okay. The Todd McFarlane directed Spawn film is moving forward under Blumhouse Entertainment. Last week, it was officially announced that Jamie Foxx will take on the role of Al Simmons, the CIA Black Ops agent who eventually becomes the titular demonic soul hunter. Apparently, Fox is a huge fan of the comic series and has been discussing the part with McFarlane for the last 5 years. But McFarlane tweeted last week, "Yes, folks, you heard it right. We have cast Spawn in the upcoming Spawn movie, produced by Blumhouse, and I'm excited to tell you good people that the talented Academy Award winner Jamie Foxx has accepted the role. This is the first big step, and more exciting announcements to come as promised. I will keep you all updated first on my page right here."
I don't know about that. I don't know if he's the right choice.
Jamie Foxx is a hell of an actor, and every time I've seen him in a role where I've thought, I don't know.
Terry Crews.
Oh, or fucking Michael Jai White, bring him back. Every time I've seen Jamie Foxx in a role, and I've thought, how the fuck is he going to do that? He fucking did it. So who knows? And the one thing that I think is good about this is it's attaching a big name to it, so people will go and watch it, even if they don't know what Spawn is.
Yeah, you know what? They could have attached a big name, but you know what? They could have attached also a little name, like Gary Coleman as Spawn.
Isn't he dead?
The reanimated corpse of Gary Coleman as Spawn.
What you talking about, Malbolgia?
God dare you beat me to it. All right. So, Get Out director Jordan Peele has teased a new horror movie called Us, slating a March 2019 release date. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
He tweeted a poster that says, "A new nightmare from Jordan Peele. We previously talked about his upcoming TV show Lovecraft Country and his desire to bring back the Twilight Zone, as well as he's not just dipping his toes in horror anymore. He seems to be more focused on horror than comedy, so we'll see what Us has to offer." Get Out was pretty good.
Get Out was fucking great.
I think that now looking back, I feel like it's a little overrated.
Yeah,
because I don't remember much about it.
Oh, I really liked it.
I really liked it too, but I can't remember much about it. And there's some movies that are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I give a really high rating to Baskin, and I still love Baskin, but like I remember that the plot of it wasn't that great.
Right.
It was just the scenes,
the
and
cinematography,
that kind of thing. But yeah, so we'll see.
He pulled it out of his hat with Get Out, so I'm definitely gonna at least check out what he's got.
Yeah, me too. I like to Get Out. It's just like I said. I think I liked it too much just based on the time. Like sometimes I think that
its social relevance probably plays a factor in it.
Well, not just that. It's just like sometimes we review movies. I can't remember what movie it is, but recently I was thinking about a movie I gave a bad review to, and I watched it again, and I kind of liked it because there's some movies that kind of grow on you over time, and there's some movies you're like, I really like that. And as you think back on it, you're like, I remember liking it, but like, why do I? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It doesn't have like that standout like go-to thing for me. You know what I mean? Right. It's very good, but it's not like that memorable to me. Yeah.
So here's the big news. This Friday, June 8th, the first trailer for David Gordon Green and Danny McBride's Halloween sequel is going to drop. An official short synopsis has been released by Blumhouse. Laurie Strode comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers, who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night more than 4 decades ago. As we all know, Jamie Lee Curtis will be returning to the role of Laurie Strode, but it has also been announced that Nick Castle, who played the Shape in the original film, has returned to the role of Myers. As stated previously, this is the first Halloween movie to be made with John Carpenter's full blessing and involvement since Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Carpenter not only endorses this film, but is attached as a producer and composer. The movie is wrapping up final rounds of reshoots as we speak and will be in theaters on October 19th, 2018. A teaser poster was also released today as of this recording, featuring a scuffed-up, aged Michael Myers mask, and it looks really good.
The thing about it is, why the reshoots and stuff? I heard you leaving a little bit of recasting and reshooting, like parts, like... when you hear about that kind of stuff, it's kind of like it kind of makes you a little skeptical.
Every movie does reshoots, though.
Especially movies that like take delayed to come out, and you hear about them, and finally when they come out, they're not that good. Yeah, that kind of thing,
Yeah, well, if it gets delayed, that'll kind of raise my hackles a little bit or be a red flag. But every movie does reshoots. You get something that you think looks really good when you film it, then you go back and look at it, and you're like, oh. Fuck, no, we could do that better. Yeah. So, that everyone goes through that, and I don't know. I have faith in Danny McBride, and if John Carpenter's endorsing it, then I think it'll be a good thing.
I'm going to check it out for sure. We're going to go opening night for sure.
Yeah.
So. Dom, I really love 1995's Tales from the Hood.
Yeah.
Some segments are better than others, but I love the through line of Cuban B, Samson himself, Clarence Williams III. Well, I'm happy to say we're finally getting Tales from the Hood 2. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, Rusty Cundiff is doing it.
However, sadly, Clarence Williams III has retired from show business.
What?
Yes. No longer available. But, short of possibly Doug Jones in blackface, just joking, or possibly Ken Faree would be another one I could choose that would be good for that, you know? I think they have the best possible replacement. They have legendary horror character actor Keith David.
Really?
Yeah, from They Live.
Yeah.
So, returning to the sequel are both Rusty Cundiff and co-writer Darren Scott from the original. So, Tales from the Hood 2, going to be cool. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like Creepshow 3.
Oh, God.
We finally got Creepshow 3, and what it was, it hurt my soul.
I've seen a couple of Rusty Cundius movies, and they've all been good. He does horror well, he does comedy well, he does, like, serious kind of street drama well. So, hopefully... And he's been kind of, like, not really active for the last 8 years or so. Maybe longer. So, maybe he's really narrowed in and focused on this, and we'll do something good with it.
Hell yeah. Tales from the Hood 2!
Next, we need Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horror 2.
I didn't think it was that good.
No, it was terrible. All right, that's it.
That's it for horror news.
Yeah.
So, we're coming back with a brand new segment, which means a new segment song.
Yeah. This is the greatest song I've ever recorded.
Professor Biff's Time Machine.
Yeah.
After this. Up right now on the Postmortem Show Patreon, we have Creepy Pastas.
Hey, it's a creepy pasta. That's a spicy horror meatball. We have Postmortem Off Topic. Off Topic.
As well as Strokes Docs. Strokes Docs. We've been sending out stickers to all of our patrons, as well as handwritten letters of love, listener shoutouts.
And if you go check out our music section, you can hear music from Weapon A, Grave Command, Public Defecation, Old Scratch and the Necrophonic Orchestra, and Mechanical Ghost.
As well as the Best of JD Horror Deathmatch Series Volume 1 DVD video download.
There will be more.
We have shirts coming for our $50 patrons, as well as you patrons that are below the $50 level. We will be giving discounts on the shirts to sell on the website as well. So, more stuff coming, new off topics, new creepypastas, a lot more on Postmortem Show Patreon.
Thank you if you're a patron, and if you're not a patron, why the fuck not?
Just give us 1 month.
1 month.
You won't be sorry.
It'll change your life.
And you get the episodes early. Forgot to say that.
Yeah.
You get the episodes early every week. We're going to do this commercial every week and kind of update it, so...
Until all of you are patrons.
Until all
so
of
if
you
you're
are
sick of it, you're sick of it, do your part in making us not have this commercial anymore.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Professor Biff's Time Machine.
That is the greatest opening music for any segment.
I think that's the greatest song I've ever written.
All right, it's Professor Biff's Time Machine. We're going back to our past for movies from our childhood that we never saw.
Yeah, that we missed.
We missed these movies. We never seen them, so we went out, we sought them out, we watched them.
For better or worse.
For better or for worse, and we're going to start off with a little movie from 1983, directed by Jim Sodas, starring Bo Hopkins, Alicia Shirley, and Patrick McNee, called Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So, a teenage girl named Melissa tries to make new friends in a town she just moved to that's full of racists and bullies. Every boy that she spends time with ends up brutally murdered. Her 16th birthday is on the way, but Melissa turns out to be a suspect when it seems she's the last person alive who has seen her boyfriends alive.
Yep.
So this is one that was off my radar completely.
I'd never heard of it before.
I had seen the poster a couple times, but I never actually checked it out, and I never really heard much about it. So, opens up with a girl in a silk robe with a candle in a dark house. There are skulls, books, and curtains and candlelight, looking very Victorian. She sees a bearded man covered in a slimy substance and wakes up from a nightmare in 1983.
And then it has nothing else to do with the rest of the movie.
Yes, and that's pretty much a theme for this movie.
Yeah.
There are some tonal issues here.
Yeah, big
There
time.
are some not knowing where to go or what's going on at the present.
Yeah,
but
not knowing how to really use red herrings the right way.
Cut to a super redneck bar. Several douchebags are fraternizing about when an old Native American man comes in. They bully him and stomp his hat, but a young, brave Navajo warrior saves him, only to be called Young Tonto and Red N-word.
Yeah. Red Nephew.
Red Nephew. It devolves into a fight with broken glass, and they all get kicked out. We then meet the girl who was in or had the dream. It wasn't really clear to me at that time. Melissa. She's kind of a wannabe slut and goes drinking with this older guy in a pickup, but doesn't go all the way when her awkward father puts a stop to it. The dude then leaves, but runs out of gas and is killed. And while not super gory, it's classic slasher with practical splatter blood, no CGI bullshit, almost like Friday the 13th Part 1, but with more of the cutaway and implied than actual gore.
Well, and they do the thing where like they put a shirt on like a fucking pillow and put a blood bag in it and stab that, so you see a little bit of something, but it doesn't, like, it gives. It's obviously foam or something and not a
but
torso.
I mean, it still looks a lot better than some of the CGI bullshit today.
Absolutely.
So.
I'd watch that a million times over CG blood.
Okay, here's where we get controversial. So, it's kind of awkward for me to say since it's called Sweet 16, but since she's obviously like 30, Melissa's super hot to me, like 80s hot, and delivers on a little bit of nudity.
They establish that she's 15 years old, and then they immediately cut to full frontal nudity in the shower with her.
I know, which is not okay, but like,
I don't think that's legal to do now.
It's just 80s. It's just like it's like if you listen to like recordings, radio recordings. Like I listen to a bunch of like old Loveline, the shit that they say and stuff is like highly offensive if you think about it now.
Right.
Like they get in trouble and all this shit,
Yeah.
But because it's of the time,
Yeah, it's of the time, and this movie was obviously made by, like some rednecks who didn't really think about that shit.
Yeah, they're not really thinking it through, but she's 80s hot and delivers on a little nudity. As bodies pile up, the sheriff's daughter begins to suspect Melissa. The town starts to implode racially between the Native Americans and the whites. When I started watching this movie, I felt like I was a kid again. Maybe it was the cheesy dialogue, awesome score, campiness, just 1983ness, but I really enjoyed this movie, even though it's not good.
Yeah, it was the same. I got all the way through it, and afterwards I was like, that's not a good movie, but I don't regret watching it. The one thing that I didn't like is that they kind of built it up to be more of a slasher movie when it was really more of a murder mystery.
For sure.
So it felt like a bit of a bait and switch, but they did deliver on some of the slasher tropes anyway.
I think maybe that's why this movie got kind of buried.
Yeah.
Is because of that fact. So it's like a slasher mystery more than a gore fest.
Yeah.
But for what it lacks in blood, it makes up for a nudity and nostalgic charm to me. So
I feel like... I looked it up. This movie is not based on a book, but I feel like this movie would make a better book because I feel like there's other stuff that like the director or the writer had in mind.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, that they couldn't fit into a 90-minute movie.
And there's tonal changes. Drastic changes of tone to where serious. Like she's like very like scared or whatever, and then she's talking about how like, oh, did anybody got any drugs or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, let's go party or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just very...
Do you guys smoke grass?
Yeah, it's just very fucking strange. All the acting is bad. Dialogue is bad, but it's in a way that's bad that is of the time.
Yeah.
If I watched this movie now, if it was made now with the same acting, everything like that, I couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
But because it's from 1983, and it's the golden age of horror for me. It's like 1985.
I think
the golden age for me.
The brother and sister characters, I mean, they were not great actors, but they were endearing. Like, they had that sort of Hardy Boys Mysteries thing going with them. Like, the teenage brother and sister want to be detectives.
Yeah, and the sister was obsessed with being, like, basically an amateur detective, and her dad was the cop. And do you know that she was the one in Friday the 13th Part 3?
Yeah.
And she's a Mormon.
Yeah, she's, like, anti-horror, anti-nudity, anti-violence now.
Yeah, but people blamed her for Friday the 13th Part 3 not being so violent.
Uh-huh. Oh, she was a Mormon then?
Yes.
Oh.
But, like, that's not true. I mean, it's just... I don't believe that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
How could this fucking little girl have that power?
Yeah, she was a no name. She was nobody when that movie came out. I'm sure the director was.
She was going against God to make a paycheck.
Jack Mormon.
So, I don't think it knew what it wanted to be between slasher or murder mystery, like you said. But I enjoyed it. IMDb gives it a 5.2. What would you think, Don?
Before we get to that, there's one part of this movie that I want to address.
Okay.
This is the theme song for this movie. This is no Maniac Cop rap.
Yeah.
This is no Dream Warriors. This isn't even fucking Tiny Tim singing Magical Mervo. This is someone saying, we're making a horror movie, we need a theme. Let's get off-brand Barry Manilow.
I think listener Antoine suggested worse horror movie theme songs, and this would have to be on the list.
Yeah. Yeah. It's 2 minutes of this soulless fucking easy listening Barry Manilow shit. And they drop it in the movie at weird times. Like, when she's sitting there in the high school quad, just like, flitzing with her
Brushing
hair or whatever.
and shit. Yeah. It's almost like it's like a teenage romance thing like that. And then it's a slasher, and it's a murder mystery. What the fuck?
All held together by off-brand Barry Manilow glue. All right, this song's only 2 minutes long, but I can't get any more.
That's
put
enough
any more
of
of
Sweet
it.
Melissa. Let's get to the ratings, Tom. What do you? Oh, what's our rating system?
We didn't come up with anything.
What do we say? Biffologist?
Biffologist, sure.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Yeah. Doctorates in biffology. What did IMDb give it?
5.2.
I'm going to go with that.
5.2 doctorates of biffology.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 6.5
Okay.
doctorates of biffology because for what it is, it's not a movie that, like, if it came out now, I wouldn't give it 6.5,
No.
but I enjoyed it 6.5.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it that much when I watched it.
It definitely has a nostalgia factor to it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Let us know what you think. Yell at me. Listen to that song on repeat. Everyone's got a new ringtone, and it's Melissa. Oh, sweet Melissa. All right. Now let's get to our next movie.
Day of the Beast. Dia de la Bestia.
El Dia de la Bestia. 1995 Spanish slapstick horror movie written and directed by Alex de la Iglesia. Starring Alex Angulo, Armando de Raza, Santiago Seguro, and Teriel Pavez, who's in all of Alex de la Iglesias movies. And a lot of these people are in a lot of them, and Guillermo del Toro's movies.
Yeah, the metalhead in this movie was the first vampire that Blade attacks in Blade 2.
You know who else he was?
Huh.
Speedball.
Oh,
Beyond Reanimator.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. He's awesome. And so I'm going to give the IMDb synopsis of this movie before we get to how we felt about it. Because that's what this segment's all about, is how we felt about
Right.
it. It's a time machine of feelings. Biff is an emotional dog.
He is.
He's my therapist. We're working through some things.
Yes.
I follow his advice. I take it to heart. And, that's going to be something that's free for our patrons is
Advice from Biff.
advice, therapy from Biff.
We should start an advice column.
Dear Biff.
All right, so if you have something that you need advice on, send it to postmortemshow@gmail.com. Dear Biff in the header, and we will have Biff answer your problems.
That will be a segment if we get enough of them.
Yeah.
We'll have at least one.
I'm serious about that.
Yes, it will be video chat too. So, after having unexpectedly deciphered the code behind St. John's cryptic book of Revelation, the dedicated father Angel Biriatua determined to... How can I do the Spanish accents like decent today? Like usually I fail on everything. It must be the water I drank. I had a little bit right before we started recording. No, I didn't. I didn't even open it. Never mind. I just drank another beer.
I'm going to drink this water then.
You can have that one.
I already finished one.
I was trying to be professional. I was going to have a drink of water before we started. And I was going to go, oh,
You know New York.
Anyways, where was I?
Father deciphering the code.
Determined to commit as many sins as possible with the intention to avert the birth of the beast, and with it, the end of the world, he heads to Madrid. According to his calculations, founded on a numerical transcription of the apocalypse, the birth is going to take place somewhere in the Spanish capital on December 25th. However, it is already Christmas Eve, and the good father still needs to pinpoint the exact time and birthplace while the clock is ticking. Without delay, through uncertain on how to get started and all alone in the big city, Father Beriatua will soon team with an enthusiastic and trustworthy Jose Maria, a black metal aficionado and owner of a record shop, and the esteemed Professor Cavan, an Italian TV host and connoisseur of the occult, whose expertise on the subject is crucial. However, in the desperate quest to foil the beast, is there any hope left for the world?
Dun, dun, dun.
I love this movie.
This movie had one of the best cold opens for any movie I've seen in years.
Great, yeah. I can't believe this. Alex de la Iglesia is one of my favorite directors. I love
I was
Perdita
about
Dorego.
halfway through that movie. I was like, this guy's at least in my top 10.
Working directors, he's in my top 5.
Yeah,
Working
for sure.
directors
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't believe I never saw this one because this is his first like big mainstream horror movie. Not mainstream, but big budget, like his full feature length
Special
one,
effects,
you know?
all
Yeah,
that,
like of this level, you know, before all the other ones that we've seen. So opens up with two priests talking. Father Angel deciphered the code and says he must commit all evil and sins as possible, and then a giant cross crushes the older priest.
Yeah, he says, "Do you think we can win?" And the older priest says, "As long as we stick together." And then he stands up, and the giant cross just fucking tips and smashes him.
And then that's when you know this isn't going to be straight horror. This is like Three Stooges horror.
Yeah.
It's serious. It's almost like a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah.
Almost like Evil Dead 2 or like Drag Me to Hell, how it can be horror, but then like it like has some comedy in it too. But
they punctuate, they like break up the horror segments with comedy, which is how the best way to do it.
Yeah, and then also there's a very like European or foreign film feel to it. You know, there's movies that come out that are from another culture, and for some reason it works for me.
Yeah,
like a Serbian film, like on that level. You know,
and also on some level it was a buddy movie.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty awesome. After the credits, we get a montage of him being a dick and doing whatever he can to be an absolute bastard, stealing money from homeless people. He then meets record store worker and black metal enthusiast Jose Maria, played by the guy from Beyond Reanimator, Speedball. Jose is the best part of the movie to me. He's the comic relief, while the priest is the straight man. The priest is really sympathetic in his naivete. The first time he ever watches TV, he sees a psychic Kavan, and it's the first show he's ever seen on TV.
Yeah.
So he thinks this guy can help me, and tracks him down to fight the devil.
That guy was actually, I think, my favorite character of this.
Kavan?
Like, I love Kavan, yeah.
Really?
I kind of want to grow my beard like his.
I like Jose Maria the most. Can relate to him. So the movie has a little bit of everything. Likable characters. All of them are likable. Yeah. Even the priest. Yeah. All of them are likable.
And he gets so, like, physically fucked up through the entire movie.
Dark humor, violence.
Drugs.
I really like
naked old men.
Yeah. I really like the sound design. It's cool when the two characters are in a life or death struggle, and one's not making sure not to spill a jar of blood all throughout the fight.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was
great. Long take too.
Yeah,
on that, could appreciate that. There's sad music and way too happy upbeat music at inappropriate parts. Bad '90s green screen falling and '90s green screen effects, and it added to the charm of this movie. I really like that.
And the death metal in it was great. When he had his list of bands, there was like Iron Maiden, someone else, and Napalm Death instead of Napalm Death. And then they had like this weird Spanish death metal, but it wasn't really death metal. It was more like punk with growling notes, like techno and punk. And then they were like, el dia de la bestia.
So I had such a good time with this movie. Alex de Iglesia, like I said, is probably one of my top 5 directors working today, if not of all time. Definitely recommend checking this one out. Perdita Durango, Witching and Bitching, all those movies if you're a fan of weird horror comedies. Even The Bar that I reviewed that's on Netflix. Definitely not in the category of those others. I would see them in order of when they came out. So see The Day of the Beast, then see Perdita Durango, then see Witching and Bitching. Yeah. Perdita Durango may be my favorite, but I think if you watch those, in that order, I think you should.
I like that he addresses occult themes in what he's doing, and he actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he knows. You can tell that he knows what he's talking about, but he also doesn't try to give away too much. There's just little things here and there that are clues that are like, okay, this guy actually has some knowledge of this. What he doesn't have knowledge of is LSD. Because those guys acid wore off way too fucking fast.
That's very true. You can see if you watch Kronos, Guillermo del Toro, and this, there's so much in common. And the common in actors, you got to think that they're either influencing each other. I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but there's
Kronos was first. Kronos was like 91, 92.
Yeah, and this was 95.
Yeah.
So maybe he's very influenced by Guillermo del Toro then.
Or maybe they went to the same film school.
Yeah, or they probably know each other. Yeah. They're probably friends, at this point. But I really like this movie. IMDb gives it a 7.5.
That's better than that.
Yeah, but that's still pretty respectable for a movie that is not really a mainstream horror movie that's like on the... It's actually on one of the lists of best horror on IMDb or something.
Really?
Yeah, so... I think that is too low, though. It's much better than that. So what would you give it?
I'm giving it a 9.
9 what?
9 doctorates of biffology.
Okay, I asked you to say it first because I forgot. I actually gave it a 9.1 doctorates of biffology. So I love this fucking movie.
Yeah.
El Dia de la Bestia,
so
the Day of the Beast,
was so good that Michelle is studying for her master's degree in history. And she has to read so much every single night. She's just, in her chair in the living room, reading, books, articles, essays, all this shit. Just reading. And when she comes to bed, her brain is fucking fried every night. and we usually like throw on wrestling or something mindless that like she can just pass out to, or like Mystery Science Theater or something. But I turned this movie on last night because I had to watch it.
Yeah,
and
we're on the time schedule, though.
And she's like, I kind of want to watch a movie, and then she saw it was in Spanish and subtitles. She's like, fuck, I don't want to read. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, I got to get through this, but it hooked her, and she ended up falling asleep halfway through it because she was exhausted, but. Like for the time that it was on, she was like, "Wow, this is a really good movie, and I'm interested in it."
Tell her to finish it before she listens to the show. So.
Yeah.
Or I guess we don't really spoil it. We don't really spoil anything.
You know what though? I may have to agree with your 9.1. It needs the extra 0.1 for the presence of the goat that stands on its hind legs. And
the goat. I was so surprised you didn't bring that up. Actually, I was waiting for you. I didn't even take it down in my notes.
That goat would rape Black Phillip to death.
Yeah, fuck Black Phillip. Top 5 goats in horror movies.
I can think of 3 right off the top of my head.
All right, that's it for Professor Biff's Time Machine.
Yeah.
So we will be back with our horror movie Kids Battle Royale after this. We are now taking pre-orders for the brand new Post-Mortem Show t-shirts.
Yeah.
So we have our brand new artwork by Japanese artist Sayo Ozawa.
It's fucking awesome.
A multi-headed octopus creature with a suit. Slender Biff, HP Biffcraft, with our heads as well as the heads of some people we talk about sometimes on the podcast. And it
Morty
says, if it smells like fish, throw the fucker back.
It's classy.
It's very classy.
It's classy as fuck.
It's going to be high quality American t-shirts with a white and green logo on it, black shirts. For all you fatties out there that want slimming. You don't want that white shirt. You're like me. I only wear black.
Yep, me too. Me too. Yep, and the shirt is going to cost $25, shipping including in the continental United States. But our $50 Patreon patrons get it for free. Our $20 patrons get 25% off. $10 patrons get 15% off. $5 patrons get 10% off. $1 patrons get 5% off. But if you are not a patron and you order this shirt right now, pre-order it by messaging us at postmortemshow@gmail.com or through our Facebook, you will get it for only $20.
That's
you can pay us through
$20,
PayPal.
including shipping anywhere in the continental U.S. You can pay us through PayPal directly, $20, including shipping. Or after the pre-order is over, you're going to pay $25. So $5 for the shipping. You're getting the shipping for free for being so loyal that you'll give us money when we don't have anything to give you yet. But we will.
These shirts are awesome, guys. I will be happy to see pictures of you wearing them. And no pants. Straight up Winnie the Pooh.
So go to www.postmortemshow.com or message us on Facebook. Send an email to postmortemshow@gmail.com or just directly send us the money with your shipping address and your size. And if your size is above 2X, you got to add $2.
$2 for the extra X.
Yeah. Or lose some weight. Either way. Lose some weight.
Yeah.
Get down.
I'm a 3XL. Even if I lost a bunch of weight, I still got big shoulders.
All right. Thank you guys so much. And check out this design. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks, guys.
And we're back with our horror movie Kids Battle Royale.
Yeah, let's get this party started.
We're going to get this party started. If you haven't heard any of our other Battle Royales, we have 32 competitors. And they're in brackets. Themed brackets.
Yeah.
Every single time. And Dom doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know the brackets.
Coming in completely
He's
unprepared.
coming in completely clean. And he's going to convince me who's going to be the winner. So we have Biff as the tiebreaker. I'll state my case for one of the competitors. Dom will state his case. Biff will be the tiebreaker if necessary.
All right.
So, we're not going to, I'm sorry, but Dom, I forgot. I got a letter from Biff.
Oh, okay.
About this new segment.
Okay.
And he said for these battle royales, he says, Dom and JD, you guys, you're not cutting it anymore. I gotta hire someone. I gotta bring someone in for these battle royales. He said, this is more of a 80s style professional wrestling commentary squad. So he said, we've been replaced by trained and professional sports casters. So it's time for me to reluctantly introduce Lord Alfred Strokes and succulent corny cob,
Oh shit!
the official post-mortem show horror movie battle royale announce team. So, Dom, we're gonna have to step aside, and we're gonna have to leave this to the professionals. All right.
All right.
So, thank you guys. Go ahead and sit down. Take the microphones. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're not going to start out right here on Earth. What we're going to do here for these great competitors, we're going to take them straight to hell.
Well, I'll tell you something, Lord Alfred Strogs. The succulent one has been to hell more than 2 times at least in my life. And that's just the marriages.
Okay, guys, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that this entire time. If you're still listening. My British accent is not so good. So we're going to go for our straight to hell division in matchup 1. We have Regan from The Exorcist versus Damien from The Omen.
Oh.
We're going intergender for our first matchup here.
All right.
So, it's all for you, Damien. Or your mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah. You know,
Damien, he's in that little boy suit.
yeah. Damien, he has minions, but, like, Reagan can cut a better promo.
Yeah.
You know, and that says something.
I think that, honestly, like, it's intergender, but I think they're both gay. Because, Reagan's got that deep voice, and, throwing up, doesn't give a fuck. And Damien's a little light in the loafers with this little pantsuit, and, he looks like a Hummel figure.
He does. Yes, he does.
He should be in Needful Things.
Yeah.
So,
Damien has minions. He's got, like the ability to like be around when weird Rube Goldberg shit happens. But, not only can Reagan cut a better promo, Reagan has like things that surprise you. Like she'll come out of nowhere with fucking crab walking, pissing on the floor, her head spinning around, vomiting in your face, shoving a cross in her vagina. So, and that's what happens. See, she and Damien, they're doing battle, and it's a battle of the ages, and Damien's winning because his minions keep running in, and there's plate glass falling and smashing her and shit like that, and all of a sudden she's down on the ground, she's spread eagle, she's about to win, and then she projectile fires a crucifix out of her vagina, straight between Damien's eyes,
killing him instantly.
I'll
give you one more scenario. Damien, in his desire. Damien is the son of the devil, but he just wanted to be a good boy. He desires to be the Hummel figurine he yearns to be. So he travels to Buellton, California to Pea Soup Anderson's. Stops to get some pea soup on his way to Solvang.
Yeah, good pea soup.
To look like a little young Danish boy. But then he sees Regan there scarfing it down. So she starts having a seizure. She's going possessed by the devil. Her head spinning around. She pukes on him. I like your idea better. That's one of the more Homer references.
Yeah.
So I think either way, Regan advances.
Yeah, Regan definitely advances.
That sound is my dry erase board. I'm very serious about this.
He has a fucking dry erase board.
I have brackets.
We bought with our Amazon money.
We bought with our Amazon money before the Patreon account.
Yeah.
So thank you, patrons. Thank you, Amazon click-throughs. I think we still have the Amazon click-through program going, but with the patron thing, we're moving patron and shirts. So if you guys want to support us, give us the review, give us the shirts, give us the patronage. Don't worry about the Amazon anymore. I think fuck Amazon.
Fuck Amazon.
Yeah, fuck you, Amazon. Anyway,
but I still buy shit from them.
Yeah, me too. They're awesome. Okay, so now we went straight to hell. We're gonna get cutesy now. We're gonna get a little cute. So we're gonna go in our tiny little dresses division. Tiny little dresses. We have the Grady twins from The Shining versus the Jump Rope Girls from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
See, the Jump Rope Girls are creepy, but I think the Grady sisters are a little bit more malevolent.
I think they're both ghosts, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, though, that, like, the Jump Rope Girls are sort of like, they're ghosts that are stuck in that innocent childhood phase. Like, they're not actually trying to hurt anyone. They're just ghosts. Where the Grady sisters, they want someone to come and play with them forever. And they're going to make the fucking hallway bleed. And they're gonna fucking summon out the old lady with the fucking rotted pussy hair.
And then they climb onto fucking giant metallic big wheels with spiked wheels and climb right over, just run right over those fucking jump rope girls. Moving on to the second.
Yeah, they definitely have the meanness factor there.
Alright, so now we're going to go with our slasher icons division. Young slasher icons division. We're going to have child Michael Myers with the Halloween mask. From the original.
From the original.
From the original.
Okay.
Versus-
Not Dag Fersh from Rob Zombie.
No. He can be the special guest referee.
Okay. He has an anus face like Donald Trump.
Versus Jason from the end of the first Friday the 13th when he comes out of the water.
Uh-huh.
So we have a clown with a knife versus a deformed boy who drowned but he cannot die.
He died and came back several times, but he's still a child now.
But Michael Myers is just the clown kid. He has not came back yet.
Yeah. He's not he doesn't have a legend at this point.
I think I got to give it to Jason.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Jason.
That clown suit, it's very buoyant, but you poke a hole in that, it's going to retain water. He's going to sink.
And Jason, he's at home in the lake. He could pop out of anything.
But what if it's not at the lake? What if we take it to the circus? He's got the clown suit.
He's got the clown suit. Yeah, but there's elephant troughs there. Jason could pop out of there. He could pop out of a fucking cup of coffee. You never know.
He's in the fucking porta potty outside of the circus and sneaks up on young Michael Myers. Carny young Michael Myers who ran away after killing those people. Join the circus.
Anywhere there's any amount of puddled liquid, Jason Voorhees as a child can pop out of it and pull you under.
All right. So now we're going with our Asian Sensations division. Asian Persuasion.
Okay.
Asian Sensations, Asian Persuasion. Which do you like better?
Asian Persuasion has more of a rhyme to it.
Asian Persuasion, we'll go with that. We have Samara from The Ring versus Toshio from Ju-on, The Grudge.
Didn't they make this movie?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I think they did and it was terrible.
Okay.
But we're doing this post-mortem style.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to side tangent for a little bit here.
All right.
When I was in high school, I hooked up with this girl, and we dated very, very briefly, and I had to break up with her for a very petty reason, because she made this noise during sex. And the first time she did it, I thought she was having a seizure.
Dom, me and you wouldn't get past the first date then.
So, yeah. I told my friend Dan about that. He asked me why we broke up because she seemed like she was cool, and I said I couldn't deal with it. This is 17-year-old me. I've matured since then, and I could be
now
like,
that's like a big turn on for him.
Yeah.
He can only come when girls do that.
But we went and saw The Grudge, and the first time Toshio made that noise, Dan nudged me and said her name. Fuck you, man. So Toshio does frighten me a little bit, even though he's just a pale little Asian boy, because he makes that noise that was pulled from the deep recesses of my psyche.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not really a big fan of either one of these movies. I don't really care for ghost stories too much, you know that. But with a little girl, little boy, I'm not too scared of that.
I like The Ring. I think The Ring is decent. I think it's atmospheric, and I think it has like a Lovecraftian edge to it. And I think,
but we're going Ringu and Ju-on, not The Ring and The Grudge.
And Ringu is.
Or are we going to have Buffy the Vampire Slayer running in, or what?
We could have both of them. We could have like both Sadako Samara as a team, and we could have both Toshios.
I think we just got to give it to Samara. I don't like The Grudge that much. I don't like The Ring either, but if I have to go with another one, I'll go with Ringu.
Toshio's a ghost, and Samara's more like a demon. So there's more power there.
All right.
And Toshio lives in a crawl space, and Samara can come out of any fucking TV. Her and Jason Voorhees would make a hell of a tag team.
Staying with our theme from the movie Sweet 16, we discussed earlier the inappropriate hotness.
Inappropriate hotness category?
Yeah. Because this is the grew up to be hot, and I'm just saying that because they're adults now and not meaning to be creepy division.
Okay.
So that's the grew up to be hot, and I'm just saying that because now they're adults and not meaning to be creepy division. So we have Wednesday Addams versus Danielle Harris from Halloween.
Damn. That's a close race.
I'd say both in Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family versus Danielle Harris from Halloween 4. I think Wednesday Addams would not only just destroy her in an outright fight, but I think that Christina Ricci
has the crazy factor.
No, but controversial as it may be, I think that I got a little bit bigger of a boner for adult Christina Ricci than Danielle Harris. Because
I'm the other way.
Not especially, but like, okay, so like,
but it's not a battle of hotness.
Yeah, well, like present day, Danielle Harris takes the cake big time. But Buffalo '66, Christina Ricci is super hot when she would have a little bit more thickness. Yeah, a little bit more thickness for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, even this is super. I said this is the grew up to be hot. I'm just saying that because now they're adults, not meaning creepy division. I said thickness for me. Yeah. This is the worst the show's ever been. The show's canceled.
Done.
Most of our patrons are actually female.
Yeah,
and I think they're all going to cancel. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to move to Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we're gonna. She has the crazy factor.
All right, Dom. So I don't even know why I'm even giving you an option for this, but we're going to go with Little Creepy Girls. So we have Karen from Night of the Living Dead, the first ever child zombie in a movie, versus Alessa from Silent Hill. See, this is why I say I don't give you an option. I know your love for Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But you're more love for the game, not the movie.
Yeah. And they kind of got Alessa a little bit wrong, but she was still fucking creepy.
She was, and very powerful. A lot more powerful than a little zombie.
Yeah, she has a whole town.
Do you go nostalgic? Do you go old school factor?
Where's the fight? Is the fight happening in Silent Hill, or is it happening anywhere else?
I have no idea. I think it's going to have to be, all these are going to have to be contested in the post-mortem arena.
So if it's not...
To make it like, Jason in the water, you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not fair. This is all in the post-mortem squared circle, brother. We're locked in a cage of razors. Cage of fucking razors, bro.
Cage of dildos. I'm going to give it to Zombie Karen then, because Alessa's only powerful in Silent Hill.
All right. I can't believe that you just pushed up someone past Alessa from Silent Hill.
It was begrudgingly, but facts are facts. If it was in Silent Hill, it would be a squash match. Karen would be gone.
In our I See Dead People and They're Here division, we have Cole from The Sixth Sense versus Carol Ann from Poltergeist.
Carol Ann's been through way more.
Yeah, but although he's in horrible condition, he's still alive. The actor who played Cole. And Carol Ann died in real life. Although he did gain a lot of weight in Tusk. What's his name?
I don't
remember. That fucking kid. Something, he's got 3 names.
Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment
from
The Sixth Sense. I See Dead People. Now, he's kind of like Edward Furlong.
Yeah.
Where he still has that baby face, but he's all fat and gross.
Well,
and, like,
Edward Furlong is like post-heroin fat, though.
Haley Joel Osment.
Is he?
I don't know if he's a fucking junkie, but you should look at him. He looks weird.
Huh?
He looks weird.
So this is them as kids, though, right?
This is them as kids. It has to be. Cole versus Carol Ann.
I think it's Carol Ann because not only has Carol Ann been through more, because she doesn't just see dead people, she got sucked into the dimension of dead people 3 times.
And Cole's kind of a pussy, let's be honest.
Yeah. Cole's a whiny bitch.
Cole has the power to fucking save ghosts from a lifetime or eternal torment, and he's just too much of a fucking pussy.
Just covers his eyes. And
I should have put him in the same division as Damien. They could be Hummel figures together. Fragile. You know why? They'll break under the pressure. Cole, you ain't got what it takes to get it done in the squared circle, brother.
Your tape's a mile long.
You got a tape the mile long. You're all ball. You got no balls. You got a tape the mile long. Football field.
Landing strip. Yeah, I'm giving it to Carol Ann. Because also Carol Ann can summon ghosts and have them do shit for her. Cole can't. He can just see them. So she would summon the ghosts, Cole would see them, and he would just piss himself to death. He would just exsanguinate himself from pissing.
So, at first, this next division, I thought I was going to call it the Little Rockers division. But I decided that there's a new term in metal. There's death metal, there's heavy metal, new metal, all these different kind of metals. Metalcore. We got squash metal tonight because I don't think that Kyle, the friend from the movie Brainscan, although he is pretty cool, his love for horror movies and stuff, I don't think he stands a chance against Terry from the Gate.
Fuck no.
So that's why it's squash metal.
Yeah, Terry
from the Gate.
Hands down, Terry wins
the old gods.
Yeah.
So we gotta give it to Terry from the Gate. That's why it's squash metal.
Yeah.
So, alright, that's it for the first half. The first half of round 1. If you're still here with us, you hear there's no help for your fucking soul. All right. So our next one is our Kids with Serious Issues division. We have Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman in Friday the 13th, versus Kevin from We Need to Talk About Kevin. These kids both have some serious issues.
Yeah.
Jason, die!
Die!
Die! Kevin, we need to talk about Kevin. Have you seen it yet?
I am aware of it. I have not seen it, but
You're aware of it.
Yeah,
You're aware of my review and my praise.
Yeah.
And it's made multiple lists of mine.
Yeah.
And you still have not watched it.
I think we have a watch this fucker coming up.
I think it's a watch this fucker movie for you, that's for sure.
But Tommy Jarvis gets driven crazy. Kevin kind of starts there, right?
Yeah, there's just something wrong with Kevin.
Yeah.
He's not a product of circumstance. He's a product of born evil.
Yeah.
So I think that, honestly, in a fight, although Kevin is portrayed as like 16 or something, so you never really see him as a younger boy, but you got to think even at that. Well, I guess you do see him. You do, in parts, you do see him in flashbacks. So, yeah, we got to give it to Kevin.
I mean, I am a self-admitted Feldmaniac, but I'm giving it to Kevin.
You've never even seen the movie, though.
Yep.
You just buried him. You buried him. So now we're going to go with our sibling rivalry in Santa Carla. We have Frog Brother number 1, also played by Corey Feldman, versus Frog Brother number 2, played by Corey Haim in The Lost Boys.
Corey Haim wasn't a Frog Brother. It was the other guy.
What was it?
I don't remember. He was the one that didn't go on to do anything else except maybe another Lost Boys sequel.
Really?
Yeah, Corey Haim was the
I always thought it was Corey Haim.
The probably gay little brother of the guy who got turned into a vampire. That was Corey Haim.
Oh, yeah.
With
You're
the
right.
shirts. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Frog Brother number 1 versus Frog Brother
Let's
number
just make
2.
it a triple threat match.
Okay.
I get hit in the head a lot. I can't.
I'm giving it to Frog Brother number 1 because Frog Brother number 2 never amounted to anything.
And we've already buried the Feldman.
Yeah.
We've already and he's got his fucking angels on his side.
Yeah.
He's doing Michael Jackson dances.
Yep.
With his karate bandana.
He is.
All through the comic book store.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give it to Feldman. It's just him.
Yeah.
Now as an adult.
Just Corey Feldman.
Yeah. So,
He's got Michael Jackson's ghost on his side.
he's turning black instead of white. It's like opposite effect. He gets possessed. So, our Country Colts division, we have the Midwich children from Village of the Damned versus the Children of the Corn.
Children of the Damned are scary, but Children of the Corn can have coordination on their side. They can organize.
The best Children of the Corn movie is Children of the Corn Urban Harvest Fighting.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's terrible.
Number 1 isn't a great movie.
No, but that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
it's like, it's more embracingly terrible.
Okay.
It's not trying to be, but it's more like, number 1 is boring. It's terrible because it's boring. Number 3 is terrible because it's terrible.
Right.
But it's like, or I think it's number 3. The Urban Harvest, though. They grow the corn in the ghetto. In like New York. It's Urban Harvest. I love fucking Leprechaun in the Hood,
Yeah.
Tales from the Hood. Why do I love these
I
things
didn't
so
know
much?
Children of the Corn went to the hood.
I will keep yearning to be black.
But the fact that Children of the Corn went to the hood and Village of the Damned can't get past the village means they have definitely a wider network.
Village of the Damned of the Hood. Hood of the Damned.
Damn. Yeah, I'm going to give it to the Children of the Corn.
All right, we're going to go with Corn. Led by their mascot, Jonathan Davis. Our next one. We have our Sam division. We have Sam from the Babadook. The annoying kid from the Babadook versus Sam for Trick or Treat.
Trick or treat, Sam. Just because I want Sam from the Babadook to die.
Of course. Kind of a squash match as well.
I mean, Sam from the Babadook is annoying, and he has his gadgets, but Sam from Trick or Treat has...
He has his gadgets.
Yeah, he has all kinds of shit going on, all kinds of occult shit, and I think...
That sounds like someone that, like, no matter how much someone else talks shit about him, that you're always going to love and respect. It's like, somebody's like telling you a story about, fucking, you know what? That guy Dan, you know what? He's fucking annoying, but he's got his gadgets.
He's got his gadgets. He's got his gadgets.
That guy Dan, he's got his gadgets.
They call him Gadget Dan.
You gotta respect that about Dan.
You gotta respect his gadgets.
You gotta
respect the gadgets.
Respect Dan's gadgets.
Yeah, I think Sam's Babadook Sam's annoyingness would just piss off Trick or Treat Sam, and he would wreak unholy hell on him.
Yeah. So, not to be outdone by the Sam's division, we have another division based on a name, and that name is my middle name. We have our Henry's division. So, we have Henry Bowers from It. Kind of a bully.
Yeah, kind of a psycho.
Versus Henry, played by Macaulay Culkin in The Good Son.
Wow.
Henry Bowers, switchblade,
Yeah.
rapist,
Sucking his friend's dicks.
or getting sucked off by his friend.
Something like that.
In the book, but
Yeah.
not the movie.
Yeah.
Goes dark places.
He does.
Turtle places.
Yeah.
Turtle sex. Turtle child sex. Interspecies pedophilia. Stephen King, you're a bad man.
You've done cocaine.
But Macaulay Culkin's got that look in his eye.
Yeah.
Would Henry Bowers pull him up from the cliff? Would he pull him up? You think he could crack the shell of Henry Bowers? You know what? I think Macaulay Culkin, he's dangling off the cliff. You know what? Henry Bowers, he's got one hand, he's got a switchblade in the other hand. You know, he's about to stab him, send him off to his death. Macaulay Culkin just starts sucking the shit out of his dick to distract him. And then he throws Henry Bowers off the cliff instead.
Done. Yeah, that's it. So do you think Kevin McAllister from Home Alone grew up to be Jigsaw?
Yeah, there's a video of that. Have you seen the one where
No.
he's an Uber driver?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
was
that,
fucking
yeah.
Awesome. All right. So me knowing what to do next, you know, there's a little delay here because I got to write it on the board. I got to get to the next division. Dom's got to take a drink of water. I got to take a drink of beer. I spilt it all over myself. I got to clean that up. And now we're on for our next division. So we have our disabled kids division. We have the deaf kid from Six String Samurai versus Carl from The Walking Dead, the one-eyed wonder.
Deaf annoying kids division, or the dead annoying handicap kids division. I don't even know who I want to win this.
I hate them both.
Yeah.
Let's just say that there's going to be a triple threat match later
yeah.
on, and that they kill each other, and they're both eliminated.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Carl.
Carl! Carl!
Carl! That's wildly inappropriate. So, we have our Straight Up From the Hood division. We have Fool from People Under the Stairs
Okay.
versus Ellie from Let the Right One In. The Swedish hood, it is a hood. It's the project.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
the
is.
ghetto.
It is the PJs.
She's got a sideways vagina.
The
Is
sweet
that gonna,
PJs.
with the sideways vagina, would that lend herself to favor in combat, or would that go against her? Not. You got to think about that. Is that going to enable her? Is that more resilient if you get kicked in the downstairs nether regions if your vagina's sideways instead of front?
I think what happens, because Fool's street smart, but Ellie's, you know, an immortal creature. So, you know, I think Fool is gonna go for the cunt punt, and I think it's gonna get stuck because it's the right being sideways, it's the right shape for toes of a shoe to get stuck, and she's just gonna suck him into her sideways vagina.
And then what she says Rise is about to go, and she says, "Well, this is very inappropriate. These are kids, Tom."
She's like a vampire though. She's immortal.
Yeah. Well, Fool's not. She says, "You know what, Fool? I'm sorry. I only let the right one in there." Done. And she tries to say that with her tongue cut off, just like that one guy that looks like Steve Buscemi. So no running from the people under the stairs.
Nah.
Okay. So we're going with Ellie, right?
Yep.
So Ellie makes it on to our second round, and we have one more. We have our Herbert West Honorary Annual Reanimator Award for Dead Kids Who Never Learned to Read division. We have Gage from Pet Cemetery versus the Zombie Baby from Dead Alive versus the Deformed Baby from It's Alive.
Wow.
We have a triple threat match.
Wow.
We have Gage.
Gage?
What's that kid's name? He's kind of like a Haley Joel Osment character. I bet he has a fat face now.
Oh, yeah.
A tiny little baby face on a fat face.
Yeah, probably he's been to rehab a few times. You know,
I guarantee if the kid from Sidekicks that died, Jonathan Brandis,
Yeah.
I guarantee if he would have lived, he would have had that fat face with the little baby face.
yeah, probably.
They all do, Dom.
Yeah, every single one of them. Every child star.
Look at me, Dom. Look at my face.
Look at my infant face.
Look at my tiny little face or my ballooned cheeks.
Don't you fucking look at me! Gage is creepy, and he can like make people hallucinate things.
But the zombie baby from Dead Alive, hit against the fucking pole and laughs.
Yeah,
sounds like It sounds like Fran Drescher combined with the fucking lawnmower trying to start.
And he's got backup from Mom and her massive pendulous breasts and ass.
No, but he's the nurse's kid and the priest.
That's
but he might kick ass for the Lord as well.
Yeah,
you gotta give it. And the baby from It's Alive, it can't really do much.
No,
so I gotta give it to the baby from Dead Alive because he kicks ass for the Lord as well.
Yeah,
you gotta think he takes after his father.
Yeah, he's at least probably got those genes there. Yeah.
All right, so we're going with Dead Alive baby. All right, so that's it for our first round. So we're on to our second round. We've narrowed the field down to 16 competitors. What's this? Is that a banjo I hear? It's Lonnie, the deformed banjo kid from Deliverance. He's in the middle of the post-mortem show Squared Circle demanding to be added to this tournament. Who will answer the challenge of Lonnie, the banjo kid from Deliverance? What's that smell, Dom? You smell that?
Is it pancakes?
I smell fucking pancakes,
I smell
Dom.
pancakes in this bitch.
It's Dennis from Cabin Fever.
Dennis. Karate.
All
that other guy has is a fucking banjo.
And he's gonna Jeff Jarrett that fucking banjo into his deformed skull.
Yeah, he is. It's
karate kicking.
Yeah, for sure.
So Dennis.
And Dennis has the power with a mullet. I don't even know what hair that kid had.
All right, so Dennis makes his way through the back door into the first round. Wow. We still have one more round, Dom.
Oh, shit.
No, we have multiple rounds. We're only halfway through this competition.
Oh.
We're 28 minutes into this bitch.
Let's do it.
Listeners like, what kind of top 5 is this?
These always go a little longer.
Yeah. So, round 2. We have Regan from The Exorcist versus the Grady twins from The Shining.
I'm going to give it to Regan.
You got to give it to Regan.
Yeah.
It's a handicap match, but she has her tag team partner. Shawn Michaels once tagged with God.
Yeah.
Against the McMahons. Well, Regan has the devil on their side. So you got to give it to Regan and the devil.
Yeah, devil trumps ghosts.
The team of Regan and the devil. In our next matchup, we have Samara from The Ring against tiny little deformed drowned Jason Voorhees. They both have drowned.
They have, and they both
This
survived.
is the equal playing field.
Wow, yeah, this is.
I don't think we've had such an equal matchup so far in any of our battle royals.
Yeah. Jason pops out of water, she pops out of TVs. But if you throw a TV in water, it breaks and the water's fine. Jason!
All right. Jason moves on to the next round. All right, we have another matchup. It seems like we're advancing a lot of the girls in these matchups because
feminism.
Feminism. Yeah, very progressive show post-mortem.
That's right.
We have Wednesday Addams versus Karen from Night of the Living Dead. Do you go classic or do you go remake movie? What do you think's better, Addams Family, the TV show, or the movie?
Movie.
You think the movie's better?
Yeah.
I like them both. A lot.
Yeah, I like them both.
I like the Munsters a lot better than the Addams Family.
Okay, I'm an Addams
I wish
Family.
we would have done a Munsters movie. Why hasn't that been made?
There was one for TV. But it was feature length.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Yeah.
Wednesday Addams, Karen.
I'm going with Wednesday.
I have to agree.
Karen's a zombie. She can't really think independently, where Wednesday has that advantage.
Dom, I don't even know if I need to even take your vote for this. I think we might need Biff as a tiebreaker, otherwise it's going to be an absolute fucking slaughter. Because we already had our squash medal, and this might be another squash because we have Terry from the gate moving on to the second round. Just nailed a couple of punches, broke a record right over the noggin of Kyle from Brain Scan to move on against Carol Ann from the Poltergeist. Carol Ann or Terry from the gate? Who you got? Who you got, Tom?
I've got Terry.
You got Terry.
I've got Terry because Carol Ann is ultimately a victim of occult powers, and Terry learns to control them.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I think Terry has to make it to the next round. Okay. I can't read my own fucking writing now. Oh, yeah. Kevin from We Need to Talk About Kevin. That's what that says. That R backwards EVIN. That's Kevin.
Okay.
So he moved on to go against Corey Feldman himself. Kevin Feldman.
Kevin versus Feldman.
Feldman, Joseph J. Feldman, Joseph J. Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
PlayStation in the 90s.
I remember that. We have that game in my house right now, in this moment. I want to give it to Corey Feldman because of the performance-enhancing cocaine.
Performance-enhancing cocaine allows Corey Feldman to move on to the next round. All right, we have Sam from Trick or Treat versus all of the Children of the Corn. Now, has going to the Urban Harvest taught them anything?
I don't know. Maybe?
Sam, burlap sack, he's a tiny little boy.
But he's got backup.
He's got backup. What do you think? He's vastly outnumbered in this.
He is. He is vastly outnumbered. I think he does something crazy, though. You know? Like, sets off a bomb or something.
So you think Sam wipes out the Children of the Corn?
I think Sam wipes out the Children of the Corn, and then, you know, because he has a bus of dead retarded kids.
Yeah, I think
I think he turns them loose on
by
the
that
Children of the
alone,
Corn.
Sam moves on to the next round. All right, so we have Macaulay Culkin getting a bye, but we had someone inserted into this unfairly at the end.
Oh yeah,
we had Dennis. So we're going to put Dennis against Culkin.
Dennis versus Culkin.
Dennis against Culkin. Henry from The Good Son against Dennis from Cabin Fever. Now, Cabin Fever, not the greatest movie ever. Eli Roth has a semi-bad reputation, but be that as it may, Dennis is an iconic character.
He's the most memorable character from that movie.
He's a redneck karate kid, and very similar to the kid from Deliverance. That's why they were in the inbred division together. But Dennis,
you know,
a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Dennis is a force to be reckoned with. And where Corey Feldman had the performance-enhancing cocaine, Macaulay Culkin is not going to be performance-enhanced by heroin. So I'm definitely going to give that to Dennis.
So Macaulay Culkin, mid-fight, has the upper hand through paint cans, hitting Dennis in the face repeatedly until he falls asleep. He could have had the win, but he falls dead asleep.
Goes on the nod.
And then Dennis just fucking roundhouse kicks his head clean off.
Right off. But blood doesn't shoot out of his neck stump. Heroin does.
Like a fountain.
like a syringe when you're trying to get the bubble out of it.
And all the tiny little children run through the gutters in the street, and it's heroin shooting out of the fire hydrant on a hot day. All right, so we have Ellie from Let the Right One In against the baby from Dead Alive. What do you think? The baby from Dead Alive, expert also in karate, just like his priest father.
He is.
Also, you got to think with his nurse background of his mother, he might be able to patch himself up in combat. You know, he might be able to just take a little powder, roll off, hide, and patch himself up.
That baby is the unholy spawn of two undead creatures. Ellie's just a fucking vampire. Those are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, and he's
I think he kills her during the day.
I think he inserts himself back into her vagina and busts back out.
Yeah, that works.
What? No pudding. So Dead Alive baby moves on. All right, so we're back to the team of Regan and the Devil versus Jason Voorhees.
Regan and the Devil versus Jason, huh? Jason went to hell.
Jason did go to hell.
And he came back.
And insurgents ate his brain. And he was blew up by RPG. So, and Regan, she's only made one appearance.
Yeah.
You know, so
let's not think about Exorcist 2. That doesn't count.
No, like I said, she's only made one appearance.
Yeah, only one appearance. I got to give it to Jason. You know, he's a fucking juggernaut, even as a child.
Wow, Jason Voorhees moves on. So, our next contest. Now we're getting to where there's no more squashes, Tom. There's no more squashes. All these are pretty even matchups.
These are all main events.
These could be main events. These could be the top of the card anywhere in the country. But you only get them at Post Mortem.
That's right.
we have Wednesday Addams versus Terry from the Gate.
Wow.
Yeah, a hard-hitting contest.
Fuck, that's a snug match right there. I got to give it to Wednesday though, because she doesn't give a fuck. You know, Terry ultimately wants to be accepted, and I think that he would see in Wednesday a kindred spirit, and I think that he would be too busy trying to impress her to actually win the match, and she would sucker him in and make him think that maybe they could be friends, and then she'd fucking lop his head off with a fucking axe that she pulled off of a suit of armor.
All right, so in our next contest, we have Corey Feldman versus Sam for Trick or Treat.
Wow.
Very interesting matchup.
Yeah.
So I got to think by this point, you know, throughout the tournament, Corey Feldman has been heavily aging throughout using drugs and drinking throughout the length of this tournament going on. He's went from Corey Feldman in Friday the 13th and the Lost Boys to Corey Feldman now with the Angel Dancers and whatever the fuck he's doing now.
Yeah, and he's got to come off that coke at some point.
But you got to think, Sam isn't really alive, so he doesn't really grow. He's still kind of like a little midget. So is it the size advantage, or is it the sheer frailty and fragileness of Corey Feldman in full Michael Jackson mode, where Sam could just hit him with that burlap sack once and it'll just fucking turn to dust. He'll turn to cocaine and just dissipate into the atmosphere.
That's what happens. Corey Feldman is dusted into cocaine by Sam.
Oh, we're always just in the wind. You're my boy, Blue!
And now he finally joins Corey Haim in cocaine heaven.
All right, so in our last round 3 or round 2? I don't even know what round this is.
Round 3 now, yeah.
We have Dennis from Cabin Fever, the odds-on favorite in Dom's mind.
Absolutely.
Versus probably my odds-on favorite, and probably my favorite kid in the whole tournament, the baby from Dead Alive. So Dennis can kick the shit out of baby, but it'll laugh.
Yeah.
It's been bashed against the walls of swing sets.
And let's just compare their bite side by side, because both of them bite people, but Dennis bites people and infects them, but the baby is already dead.
Yes, not just that.
And it can take chunks.
But also, Dennis might know karate, but guess what? So does that fucking baby.
That's right.
Its dad kicked ass for the Lord.
Yeah, this is like the end of Karate Kid. This is fucking Johnny versus Daniel-san fucking level shit.
Yeah.
You know, I love Dennis, but I got to give it to the Evil Dead baby, because Dennis is ultimately human.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Dead Alive.
But the Dead Alive baby, after defeating Dennis, rips his mullet off of his head and wears it like a wig.
So we have mullet Dead Alive baby.
Yeah.
All right. And now he's wearing 2 black belts, not just 1.
Yeah. And he's developed a taste for pancakes.
Covers his feet in syrup before he kicks you. So now, in our semifinal, we have Jason Voorhees versus Wednesday Addams. Kid Jason Voorhees, Wednesday Addams. Man, it's hard to say, because Wednesday, she may be a trickster, but Jason, he is the undead.
Well, the thing is about being a trickster, like, you have to trick someone, they have to have like a level of awareness, and Jason doesn't really have that. He's just straight up kill.
That's true.
You know, and
he's not going to fall for shit.
Yeah, he's not, because he's just going to move forward, and you know, ultimately, you know, I think Jason's going to take Wednesday down.
All right, so we're going to have to move Jason on to the fucking final. Wow, Dom, this shit's getting heated now. You ready to get to our last matchup that's going to be before our final?
You know what? You know what else? Actually, you know what gives Jason the edge in this is also he's pissed off because his mom is dead, and Wednesday still has a mom. Wow. Like, he's raging. So yeah, she's done.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
you got to give him the babyface Ricky Morton sympathy factor.
Yeah, for real. He definitely turned babyface there.
All right, in our last one to get to the final, we have Sam for Trick or Treat versus the mulleted baby from Dead Alive
with 2 black belts and a hankering for pancakes.
Black belts. If it smells like fucking maple syrup, throw the fucker back.
So Evil Dead baby already killed 1 retard with Dennis. So
you're calling Sam a retard?
No, I'm saying that his busload of retards
very offensive.
His busload of retards
don't appreciate that term, though.
His busload of mentally retarded children does not factor into this, because I think Dead Alive Baby just fucking takes them out right off the bat. And I think when it comes right down to it, Sam has not mastered the martial arts.
Yeah, you got to give it to the Dead Alive.
Yeah,
I think the mullet is gonna lead him against the final. So we have Jason Voorhees against the Baby from Dead Alive.
Wow, that's our final round here,
with the mullet of Dennis and 2 black belts. So I think that's only fair that for the main event of our Horror Kids Battle Royale, we have to call in managers.
Okay.
So I think that Jason's manager, in his corner, obviously it's going to be his mom's ghost.
Yeah.
In Freddy versus Jason,
right.
As Freddy portrayed her, maybe it is Freddy portraying Jason's mom's ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe in a swerve. Maybe there's going to be a double cross later.
Oh shit!
You never know.
Yeah,
but who knows if it's the real Jason's mom? And then you have Dennis you have the Baby from Dead Alive wearing Dennis's scalped mullet and 2 black belts. And in his corner, we will have Biff.
Wow.
Biff the dog.
Biff.
Just Biff.
Just Biff.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be much help.
I don't think he is. So it's almost like a handicap match.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Biff almost being like a celebrity manager. You can just stand there.
Yeah.
But not really get involved.
Yeah.
Unless it is maybe for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually Biff dressed like Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, Biff just wants to have fun.
so he can be there for moral support, but he can't take bumps.
Yeah.
And as a former wrestling manager myself, it's important that you need to be able to fall.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, then you ain't shit. Sorry, Biff.
So does Biff hang his head in shame and go back to the locker room after being berated by you?
Yeah.
As an impartial commentator?
Yeah. I'm the heel commentator.
All right.
So, yeah. But
all right, so how does this go then? So you got the mulleted Baby from Dead Alive against Jason.
There's martial arts. But Jason's already proven he can stand up to a boxer.
What's this? We just got word back in the locker room. Biff is not happy after being ejected. Biff, don't do it, Biff. Biff has a steel chair. Biff's hitting the ringside. He's sliding it in.
Oh shit!
What's this? The Baby from Dead Alive crawls over to the steel chair, unable to lift the steel chair because it's a fucking baby. Biff straps a 3rd black belt around the Baby.
Uh-oh.
The Baby is now able to lift the chair. What's this? Biff with a fanny pack full of Corey Feldman's coke.
Throws it in the baby's face?
Throws it in the baby's face. It's the chair shot from hell. Sending Jason Voorhees back to the bottom of the lake.
Back to the lake.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over. You gotta give it to the Baby from Dead Alive. Wearing the Dennis's mullet.
3 black belts. A hankering
now.
for pancakes.
With Biff in his corner, but Biff also is like the old black guy from Punch Out. He's also got, or like the guy from Rocky.
Yeah.
He's kind of like on a bike.
Women weaken knees.
Eat the fucking egg. Zero Biff, Ohio. Eat the fucking egg and be one of us, or you cannot get a drink here, Dom.
That's right.
You eat the egg.
I ate the egg.
Dom ate the egg and he got a drink.
I did.
He ate the entire egg. So that's it for our fucking Horror Kids Battle Royale.
And the Baby from Dead Alive takes it.
The Baby from Dead Alive wearing the scalped mullet of Dennis, 3 black belts. Backflips?
Probably that too.
Yeah. And, you got Biff with the ice pack on its chest.
Yeah.
You got this, baby. You got this.
He's saying, cut me, Biff.
That's it. So, yeah. That's it for our Horror Kids Battle Royale. That's 45 minutes.
The grudge has been settled.
The grudge has been settled. Thank you, and good night.
Yeah.
And so,
I guess that will wrap the show up for us. Be sure to hit up our Patreon. Give us money. If you can't give us money, then look us up on iTunes or Stitcher. Subscribe there. Give us that 5-star review. All of those things help us out greatly. Tell your friends about us. Tell your friends' friends about us. Tell your grandma about us. And as H.P. Lovecraft once said...
Yeah, pre-order a shirt.
Yeah,
H.P. Lovecraft once said to pre-order the shirts. It helps us easier. It's easier to print them when you have the money ahead of time.
And as H.P. Lovecraft once said, as he waited till the end of the show and snuck back out to the ring and scooped up a little bit of that cocaine left in the ring. If it smells like fish,
throw the fucker back.
Was it something I did? I'm just a normal kid. I'm not sure what they are, but they're totally bizarre. My name's Chris. Let me tell you about the moonlighting night when creepy crawler Gourandos came in a